Thank you for joining me right here on another Saturday and another solid sports video blog, SSVB, episode number 68. And today's date is October 20th, 2018. Thank you for joining me. I had to check that date to be sure. I'm Troy West said thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support this week. Had a couple of special blogs, of course, the Monday football hangover, which I do every Monday. I had the NBA preview special, that was Monday as well. Then of course the game this week, the Broncos and the Cardinals, I previewed that game, even though that game wound up being a disaster. Broncos dominating the Cardinals. And then I'm here today. So I want to thank everyone for watching all of those blogs and little previews. I appreciate that. And this is our normal Saturday weekly blog, so we'll cover pretty much all the sports that we can. Baseball playoffs are heating up as we're about to go to the World Series, as the Red Sox are already there as they closed out the Houston Astros this week. And we got a pivotal Game 7 tonight between the Milwaukee Brewers and the LA Dodgers from Milwaukee. Winner will face the Red Sox in the World Series. Boston will have home field advantage. We'll talk about that. NBA season, of course, started on Tuesday. A couple of teams stood out to me. I'll talk about that. I watched a few games, so we'll talk about that as well. And of course, Week 7 continues. Of course, I mentioned the Broncos dominating the Cardinals, but we got other big games coming up tomorrow. So I have all my Week 7 picks, and of course, the 5 big games of the week. And of course, college football. Couple of key games in college football today. I even try to talk a little bit of NHL. I don't get a lot of NHL in the show hockey, so I try to touch on that a little bit. But first, we'll start with the Major League Baseball playoffs. Of course, the Red Sox, I believe on Thursday, closed out the Houston Astros in 5 games to move on to the World Series. They were the best team all year long. So that means both of my World Series teams originally has been eliminated. Houston, I thought they were the better team. I thought they would actually repeat, but that ends as they've eliminated by the Red Sox in 5 games. So Boston will represent the American League. And David Price, gotta give him props. Finally got his first postseason win as a starter, and he looked sharp in Game 5 to close out the Astros. Astros just could not get to him or put nothing together, and the Red Sox was able to move on. So Boston gotta be heavy favorites no matter who wins in the National League. Dodgers had a 3-2 lead going into yesterday, but Milwaukee got home and held serve as they won 7-2 last night. And now it's take all Game 7. Winner will face the Red Sox in the World Series. If I had to lean, I would lead towards LA. Right now, I like Milwaukee though. I like the way they played all year and in the playoffs. But pitching matchup, we got Walker Brewer for the Milwaukee Brewers, a Shahin, I think that's how you pronounce it, for the LA Dodgers. But you probably will see whoever is available tonight. Whatever managers might press a whole lot of buttons. It's one game, so you could see starters out there as well for both teams. So it won't be a wild Game 7 tonight. Game is on FS1, so check it out. I believe the World Series should be on Fox, so it should be regular television if you don't have cable, by the way, which I don't right now. So hopefully that's on Fox this year, as it always been for the last 20 years or so. So the playoffs are winding up. Have to go well, even though, like I said, I ain't gonna say I did well. Yeah, flat out. I did believe in the Red Sox. I thought they would get through rail somewhere. Actually, I thought the Yankees would beat them in the opening series, so in the division series. So been down the Red Sox out this season. So right now, I'm probably leaning towards them winning the World Series. I have to admit that. It'll be their 4th since 2004. Of course, they didn't went almost 100 years without winning one before that. So, and every time they make these kind of runs, they finish it off. So hard for me to go against Boston right now. And with the way they pitching is going, that's what really is always the key. They saw their pitching is pretty stout, for sale or start game 1. They already announced that of the World Series at home, and I think he probably is going to be sharp as a tack, even though he was in the hospital for basically a stomach virus, I believe they said it was, so, which is going around. I was a little sick this week myself, so but anyway, playoffs winding down. Game 7 of the National League Championship Series is tonight, so check it out. It's on FS1. I think it's around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I believe. Alright, let's move on to the NBA. The NBA started Tuesday. Very excited about the season. A lot of new places, new players, and old players in new places. Kawhi Leonard has made his mark for the Raptors as they started touring. I watched a little bit of that game between the Celtics and them last night. Speaking of the Celtics, I still believe they will be the favorite in the East. I think their defense is pretty okay, even though they allow 112 to the Raptors. I think the offense just got to get it together. I think there's too many players that need the ball. I think they got to sort that out. Kyrie Irving struggling from the field so far. I think once he and Gordon Hayward gets they roll together and all the other young guys fall in line, I think they'll still be the formal team in the East. But Toronto got to kind of know them right now. Kawhi Leonard, like I said, I picked him to be MVP. He scored 31 again last night. He's still good defensively. He looked like he haven't missed a beat at all. Not excusing him, but I think that the injury he had last year, he sort of, I wouldn't say faked it, but I think he took his time to come back. Let's just put it that way. So he looks great in the first 2 games. Raptors will be a factor. Philadelphia got off the snide. They looked a little shaky, but they won. They beat Chicago Thursday night. But like I said, they probably was going to be shooting from the outside. Milwaukee, I think they won their first game. I think they came back and won last night. They was losing, but Antetokounmpo was going to be the catalyst for that team, and Chris Middleton, I forgot about him. They going to be the 2 scorers for the Bucks. So they the formidable teams in the East and the West. Nothing pretty much stood out to me that's surprising. The Utah Jazz, though, I like how they lost to the Warriors. That was a good game last night. I fell asleep as they went back and forth. But the Warriors look like the Warriors. And then you get Boogie Cousins back for the All-Star break, I believe. So they're going to be formidable, of course. But the Utah Jazz, to me, is starting to stand out. They might be that second best team in the West, despite them losing to the Warriors last night. I trust them more. Houston, I got them written down here. They looked so bad defensively against who they played. The New Orleans Pelicans, who looks formidable as well. Anthony Davis, like he's on a mission. Rockets defense was it was just one game. Looks like it's going to be bad all year. Hopefully that's not the case. The Lakers, of course, they lost to the Trailblazers. They play again tonight at home for the first time as they get the Rockets. So maybe this will be a game to get the Lakers together with the defense of the Rockets being so bad. We'll see how that game goes. That's on tonight on ESPN, 10:30 start. So check that game out. I'll probably be looking at it as well and see how they both look. But yeah, the team that's out to be in the West so far has been the Jazz. Like I said, even though they 1-1 now, and New Orleans Pelicans look formidable. Look like nobody can stop them. Davis leading the way for the Pelicans. So very early in the season, because 80 out of 82. Most teams have played at least 2 games. Some teams have played just 1. So long way to go. If you're just going off 1 or 2 games, some teams are like, okay, this is what you expected them to look, and some other teams are like, whoa, what's going on? Like with Houston, probably the team that stands out the most. So you know, every week we have a little update. You know, things that happen. Jimmy Butler so far, they won last night. He looks like he's motivated. He's playing very well. Maybe his trade value will go up and he'll be traded still. We'll see how that goes in Minnesota, but he's playing and he's playing well. And they won last night, so we'll see how that goes as we still just days into the season. So alright, so that's it for the NBA for now. Let's talk NFL Week 7. Let's go with the picks. Let me pull up my app here. Got 5 games that I think that are most intriguing. I touch more, get more detail on it. The other games I'll just make my pick quickly and give a brief statement and move on. And of course, join me Monday morning as I do every Monday morning live on YouTube. My Monday morning football hangover, which is just a look back on Sunday's games. Let's see here. Here we go. Of course, this is my picks and pick 'em app, which I was trying to promote early in the season. I made all my picks, so I'm going to read them off from that. Here we go. Sorry, take it a little long. All right. Okay. Week 7 has to get started. First game of the docket. This is a London game, so this is an early game tomorrow, 9:30 start. The Tennessee Titans at the LA Chargers. Well, I want to say at is in London. London games always, you never know what's going to happen. Say like one team is ready and one team is not. And if you go by just human nature, you would think the Chargers won't be ready because it'll be only 6:30 in the morning, Los Angeles time. So you would think, okay, these guys ain't gonna be ready for this game. But I just think the Chargers probably heard that 1,000 times. I know the coaching staff probably threw that into their head. And we probably made them feel like they're gonna be the underdogs here. Yeah, the Titans have been so shaky this lately. Then they might come up and win this game. They've been winning games like this where you count them out and you turn around and have a good game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But I just think the Chargers are too talented. They're on a roll. I'm gonna go with the Chargers to win this game in London. Bills, Colts. Got the Colts. Really can't explain why. I just think they're at home. They should win this game. Bills. I think Josh Allen, I think he's hurt, so I think Derek Addison is starting. He ain't played in like 5 years, or how long it's been. Probably shorter than that, probably over exaggerating, but it's Colts at home, they should win. If it was in Buffalo, I'd probably pick the Bills. Both of these teams pretty much not making the playoffs anyway. Here we go, one of my big 5 games tomorrow. Patriots, Bears. Patriots 3-point favorites. Of course, Patriots are 4-2. Bears are 3-2, coming off a loss to Miami. I think that's more of an outlier. I think the Bears will play much better in this game. This game would be close. I think the defense messed with the Patriots for a bit, but I think they figured them out. Got to be close. Say about 27-23, something along those lines. I think the Patriots are making one more play than the Bears offense. Trust the Patriots offense more, and that way Edelman getting back. Josh Gordon starting to get his legs under him. Showed him a show running the ball pretty well. I got to check on him. He's on my fantasy league, on my fantasy team. See if he'll be ready to go. I know he was questionable. So was Gronk. I think Gronk definitely going to play. So I think Patriots got too many weapons. They're able to break through this bad defense a little bit, and I think they'll get the win on the road. Browns and Buccaneers. I'll go with the Browns. Like I said, the Buccaneers just ever since they started 2-0, they've been looking pretty bad. I think the Browns will be able to score some points. And I think they'll make enough stops on the defensive side. The Buccaneers defense has been very non-existent. Jameis Winston back, so probably wind up being somewhat of a shootout. But I think the Browns will win. I just think they look better right now. Lions and Dolphins. Dolphins at home. Got Brock Osweiler, who looked okay last week, but he always look okay and then just falls apart. Lions, I think this is a game. I think they'll be somewhat motivated. Just got a feeling about the Lions this week. I see what happened to the Bears, so they probably definitely going in this game, not falling to the trap. Probably gonna be warm down there, so that's why it's a good home field in the beginning of the year for the Dolphins. But I think the Lions bring the Dolphins back down to earth once again. I think they go in there and win the game in Miami. Vikings, Jets. This game to me, went back and forth in my head. But I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I think this is look good right now. I think they're getting their legs back out of them as well. They about to try to match the expectations that have been put on them. Kirk Cousins played pretty well. Can't take anything away from Kirk Cousins. Defense has been an up and down thing this year. But the Jets, it's young Sam Darnold. I like how he looks, but I think that Vikings defense will get to him a little bit tomorrow. And the Jets will lose a tough one at home. I think it'll be close though. I think it'll be about 3 to 6 point difference. I think Minnesota though will pull it out. One of my big 5 games. Carolina Panthers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are 4.5 favorite at home. Eagles looked good last week. Panthers struggled with Washington. This game on the road. Panthers also up and down team sometimes as well. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles. If it was at Carolina, I probably would lean towards Carolina, but it's in Philadelphia. I think Carson Wentz. Like I said, he's starting to get his legs back under him. He's starting to look like his normal self. I think they'll make enough plays to win this game at home to get back and to take back the NFC East, which is everybody pretty even right now in that division. Speaking of even, this next game, another big 5 game, Texans at Jaguars. Jacksonville 4.5 favorite, might be a little high. Jaguars have looked pretty bad the last few weeks. Just Watson started like himself, but I'm gonna go with the Jags at home. Houston, like I said, they've been sort of up and down. They've been squeaking by teams. They won 3 straight though, so they're on a roll. I think the Jaguars defense will definitely get it together. I think they'll make a few plays, and that'll be the difference in this game. I got Jacksonville winning at home and going back up on top of the AFC South, which is 3 teams are 3-3 in that division. One of the most intriguing games this week, not just because I'm a Ravens fan, but just where you think both of these teams stand. I think this will tell a lot about both of these teams. The New Orleans Saints come into Baltimore and face the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens at 4-2, Saints at 4-1. Saints number 2 on my power rankings list, even though they was off last week. Ravens just a 2.5 favorite at home, which I think is a little low. I would at least get the Ravens 3 points if I was messing around with the spreads and all that stuff. Gonna be cold up here tomorrow. I'm in Baltimore myself. It's been cold this week. The Saints don't do too well as historically outside in the cold, so I think that'll slow down the offense a little bit. And the Ravens defense has been outstanding. Probably to me number 1 in the league right now. And Saints offense, you can argue, is number 1 in the league. So this is going to be the most intriguing game. But I think the cold weather will even out things. I'm going to go with the Ravens. Just think they're at home. I think the defense will step up and control this game. But I think the Saints will fight. They put some points on the board. I think the Ravens will have to score over 20 to win this game. If they don't, which I'm afraid of, the offense but still inconsistent. Flacco has played well, better than he has in a while, but he still got some inconsistency in him. So if he step up, play well, that running game to me as well gotta step up as well. Control the clock, keep the ball out of Drew Brees' hands. With the crazy stat they've been saying all week, Drew Brees had never beaten the Ravens in his career. I think he heard that all week, so I think he'd be motivated. Should be a good game. Glad I'll be able to watch it. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens, squeaking by field goal at home. Cowboys, Redskins. Cowboys 3-3, Redskins 3-2. Just think Dallas go win this game. Redskins up and down. They had a big win against Carolina, but I think it's more of an outlier. Dallas defense is for real. And I think they discovered something more offense. I think this would be an Ezekiel Elliott game as well. I think Redskins control the game and win the game on the road. In the rivalry game, of course. In the NFC East. Rams 49ers. Got the Rams. I think the 49ers though might flash in this game, probably score some points. I like the Green Bay defense not that good, but Monday night I like the backup better. He looks like if he I think that's Kyle Shanahan. I really do. I think Kyle Shanahan is an excellent play caller. Had the play action going. They looked sharp without Jimmy Garoppolo, but I think the Rams defense has been a little disappointing this year. If you had to point out one flaw in the Rams, even though they're 6-0, the defense haven't looked that great at times. Still allow some points, but I think they will be motivated coming in this game. I think they'd probably Donald and Sue will probably get a couple of sacks, disrupt this 49er offense. But I think the Rams offense has looked sharp as well, which has been a breath of fresh air with Jared Goff. So think the Rams will win by at least 10. But I think the 49ers will be in the game for a while. Then the Rams will probably pull away. And game number 5 on my top 5 list, my big 5. Big game been flexed to Sunday night. Bengals 4-2 at the Chiefs 5-1. Chiefs coming off a loss. So are the Bengals tough losses. Simply the Chiefs at home. I think they'll be comfortable. They'll move that ball a little bit against this Bengals defense. Even though the Bengals defense probably is way better than Kansas City. I think this might wind up being a shootout. But I think the Chiefs will make one or more plays than the Bengals. They got more outside guys. I think if the Bengals win, I think Joe Mixon will have to be that cowbell, run the ball down their throat, control the clock. Not try to get in the shootout with the Chiefs, just try to control the clock. If they can do that and get a couple of plays on defense, maybe they can win. But I just think the Chiefs at home, coming off the loss, I think they'll make some adjustments. I think they'll probably make a defensive play or two, and they'll win this game. I think it'll be closer. I think it'll be 6 or less. So a good Sunday night game. So it was good to flex the Chiefs there. You know they played last Sunday night as well, but they get on us again Sunday night. And the Monday night game, I'll talk more about this game during the Monday morning football hangover. But Giants and Falcons. Falcons 2-4. Giants 1-5. I'm picking the Falcons, and I'll get more deeper into that game on Monday morning when I go live on YouTube. So check me out there. But I think the Falcons offense, they're at home. I think they put up enough points. I think the Giants will score a little bit as well. Falcons defense has been bad because of injuries in particular. So be a little shootout, but I think the Falcons have much more weapons that they could get the ball to, and they'll win the game. 38-34 is the score I put down. But you got to put down a score for tiebreakers and the Pigskin Pick'em pool. So that's the score I came up with. I think it'll be similar to that score. So that's it for week 7. Of course, Le'Veon Bell goes through some stuff off the field. Still a report for the Steelers. Yeah, the Steelers are off this week, so he haven't reported yet. So is that an outlier or not? Will he be in? Who knows? Of course, we have the latest. Well, I'm saying we I got other people, but I'll keep checking that out, and I'll definitely have an update Monday morning on the Monday morning football hangover. And I know Sundays they be having a lot of news and updates on what's going on off the field. But other than that, it's pretty quiet off the field. The Vontaze Burfict thing, I guess he didn't get fined or suspended for the hit. Still haven't seen the hit. I'm have to look it up to check it out. Basically, he had another dirty play, another dirty hit. But the NFL didn't fine. I don't think he got fined or suspended. I didn't hear it. Anything. I definitely know he gets suspended. But he didn't get fined either, I don't believe yet. So that's a surprise. But other than that, pretty quiet off the field. And teams starting to make their mark going into week 8. They go to Robot messing with us again. So he messed with us every day. The last 3 vlogs, I've been trying to stay up. Part of it is because my camera's sitting too high. So the controller's supposed to always be in the camera's vicinity, but it's not because my camera sits kind of high. So that's why if I don't mess with the controller or something, it pop up and give you a reminder to to play the game. I was gonna go live because my internet has been bad, especially the last couple of days. So I was going to probably do this live, but I say I tried this way. See how long it'll take. It probably won't be. Well, right now it's about 11 a.m. almost 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. So I say it probably won't be up for a couple of hours. The upload's probably gonna take long. So I say middle afternoon. Probably won't post till then. So. But I thank you guys for the support as always. As we is about to wrap this up, college football, a couple of big games this week. LSU got a big one. I think they play Mississippi State, I believe. I think Oregon plays Colorado, I believe. A couple of key games in college football, so check that out today. Michigan plays. Who Michigan play? They got a big game this weekend. Michigan State. So that's a big game coming up in just a few minutes, actually. Here on the East Coast. So a lot of big games. Teams making their mark to get into the college football playoff. Of course, a lot of teams fell last week, so it's a mess. Other than Alabama and Ohio State, it's pretty much everybody else right now trying to get into the last 2 spots. So some games, some seasons separate themselves this week with the games coming up today. And I said I would try to talk about some NHL. And of course, the NHL season started before the NBA season started. Washington Capitals looked sharp. The defending champions. Scoring a lot of goals. But just like the NBA, it's real early in this NHL season. I don't really start getting into it till the playoffs, personally. But it's 2 teams that I follow. When they say I'm fans of these teams, but it's 2 teams I follow. They both in the Western Conference, though. The San Jose Sharks. Was a fan of Joe Thornton's. So once he moved there, I pretty much followed the Sharks. And the Chicago Blackhawks, I ain't gonna lie, because of the colors that they wear. And also, I do like Patrick Kane and the other player, Towns, I believe. Or Towns, I think they pronounce it Towns, but I like both of those 2 guys there. I think they didn't make the playoffs last year, the Blackhawks. I think they missed the playoffs, so but it's still early, you know, in the season. But I wanted to fit in some NHL. I'll try to fit in more, probably try to do some more research, check out things that's going on in the NHL as well. So but if you're a hockey fan, of course, NHL as well. This time of year, period, all 4 major sports is in progress. Of course, you got the World Series coming up in baseball. The NFL season is in full effect in the middle of the season. NBA just started, and NHL just started. So all 4 sports actually in play during this time of year in October. So this is a big time of year for sports fans, period. People say April as well because of the draft. But I mean, it's still the draft. Even though a lot of people like the draft, but there's no games being played. So I would probably take this time of year over that. Even though it's a good time of year as well as sports, because you got horse racing as well with the Triple Crown. Usually one of those be being played during that weekend, or being the race will be that weekend. So can't argue with those 2 months, April and this month, October, for sports. But that'll do it this week. I want to thank everybody again for the support. Check me out on Monday morning football hangover. I look back at all the Sunday's games. I work soon. I'm gonna try to fit in a Mega Man 11 video. I put a Spider-Man video up last night. I stayed up till, I fell asleep watching basketball. I woke back up about 2 or 3 in the morning because my internet was bad, so I couldn't get online. Played a little Call of Duty. Still couldn't sleep, so I fitted a Spider-Man video in. So that just got posted. I just edited it as well, so that's up. Those 2 games I'm definitely going to focus on. Still going to finish my retro series with Mega Man X. Just take my time to do it. So because of the retro series, so there's no rush for that. The other 2 games are new, so I wanted to get those out the way. Of course, the DLC is coming from Spider-Man and X for Days, so I want to finish at least the story mode of that game, so I can focus on the DLC. But other than that, that's it. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook. You can go to my profile here to get that information. Feel free to send me a friend request or follow on Instagram. My Instagram page is not private, so you can definitely follow me for sure, to get the latest on my channel and everything. And have a good weekend, everyone. It's a good Saturday. No matter where you are, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time off if you're off. If you work like me, just take a peek at your television, sports going on today. And I'll talk to you guys next time. See you guys Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the support. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend.